Motorcycle camping can be a Spartan experience. It's important to get your gear down to as small a package as possible in order to ride your motorcycle safely and efficiently. However, having said that, there are certain luxury items that are totally worth the space they take up in your pack because they make the overall camping experience that much better. So today I want to talk about 11 moto camping luxuries that are 100% worth the space they take up in your bags. And the first one I want to talk about is pretty obvious if you've ever watched any of my videos, and that is a chair. Camping, particularly dispersed camping where there's no picnic table or anything, without a chair sucks. Unless you want to just sit on the ground all day, a chair is almost an essential piece of gear, and it's nice to know that you can buy pretty compact chairs. This isn't even our smallest packing one, but this is the Big Agnes mica basin that I've used a ton. Having a chair will save your back, give you a place to hang out and relax at the end of a long day of riding. And if you want to make it even more effective, I highly recommend adding something to keep your chair from sinking into the ground. So we have the little chair buddies. These are little pods that go on the bottom of your chair. You can also just buy like a literal footprint for your chair depending on the brand. A chair is an easy number one on this list. Luxuries that you should definitely take the time to put into your pack when you're moto camping. Number two luxury that's worth a space in your pack is a sleeping pad inflator. This is 100% a luxury because yes, you can just use your lungs to fill up your sleeping pad, though you shouldn't because it'll get condensation inside. And most modern sleeping pads come with an inflation sac, but that just takes a really long time. It's really nice to just plug this in, hit the button, and then just start getting out your sleeping bag and stuff. And by the time you've got that all situated, your pad is inflated. And what's even better is when they are multi-purpose. So like this X-Pad inflator will fill up your pad a million times. That's probably an exaggeration, but also turns into a light that you can hang inside your tent. So it's a tent light and an inflator, so you're not even really taking up any extra space if you were planning on bringing a tent light anyway. Number three luxury that's worth the space in your pack is a little sweet treat at camp. I like to eat dessert. I like to have something to look forward to after dinner when you're just kind of hanging out, in particular during the summer when you can't have a campfire. So we have a lot of options that you can take. We have the Peak Refuel dehydrated. There's brownie bites and cookie bites. Those are really good, and those will keep forever, and you can't really crush them no matter how many times you drop the bike on it. But even just like picking up a Twix or some Sour Patch Kids or something at the store when you're gassing up is sure nice to have in camp at the end of a day, and I definitely think it's worth the space in your pack. The number four luxury, which some would argue isn't even a luxury that's worth the space in your pack, is a good pillow. So this is the Nemo pillow. This is the most comfortable camp pillow I've ever used, and it packs down to about the size of a soda can, maybe a little bigger. So first, investing in a good pillow because it's not that much bigger than, you know, a super compact pillow. So number one, that good pillow. And number two, if you're like me, I like to sleep on two pillows. So I also bring my Eros Premium. This thing packs down to almost nothing. You forget it's in there, but it's nice because I sleep on my side, and so I can put this inflated next to my arm and then put the bigger pillow over the top of both, and it's a very comfortable sleep. You can also just like bring your puffy jacket and use it as a second pillow or whatever, but having a great pillow and having two pillows, in my opinion, is a luxury worth making room for in your pack. Number five is one of Motocamp Nerd Ben's favorite things to suggest to people, but a good coffee setup is totally worth the space in your pack. You don't have to just drink instant coffee. There are many ways to make good coffee while you're out there. I really like this Wakako pour over setup. This is what I've been carrying because this converts into a mug. So it barely takes up more space than I'd be carrying anyway with a cup. You can do a French press with the jet boil. You can do the tea bag coffee setup. There are many options for coffee, and we actually have a whole video on that, so I'll just link it for you. But tons of ways to make coffee in the woods that is really good and doesn't take up a ton of space in your pack, and I think it's totally worth it because starting your day off right is one of the most important things when you're packing up and getting on the bike and continuing to ride. Number six luxury that's worth the space in your pack is maybe not for everybody, but if you like to have a little relaxing sip at the end of the day in camp, but you don't want to carry a six-pack of beer, you want something that's small, compact, and will stand up to the punishment of off-road riding, I really like to just bring a flask. This is the Dork in the Road flask that we sell on the website. It actually comes with this sticker so you can put it on the back. There's also a Motocamp Nerd version, and I like these in particular because one, they're 9 ounces, most flasks are 8, and it's just super sturdy. Like you could easily run this over with your motorcycle. No damage will be done to it. I have thrashed this one. So if you enjoy a little bit of a sip of a beverage at night at camp, a Flask is a great way to get it there. You can also like buy a soda at the gas station and combine the two if that's what you're into. But it's just nice to know this doesn't take up a lot of space and it's kind of indestructible. So it's there if you need it at the end of a hard day. One thing I always struggle with when I'm camping, especially by myself, is finding something to do, right? You can only stare at the campfire for so long, and sometimes you can't even have a campfire. So what do you do in the evening when all the camp chores are done, when you've already eaten? And the best answer is just to read a book. That is the number 7 luxury, is just bring a book to read. But you can upgrade your book if you do something like purchase a Kindle or some other kind of e-reader, because a Kindle will hold like 10,000 books. So you can have your choice of basically a Beauty and the Beast-esque library of books to choose from in a Kindle, just a small piece of electronics about this big, and the battery lasts forever. So that's a luxury I think is totally worth the space in your pack. Number 8, this one kind of goes along the lines of a chair, but even better. If you're camping in a tent anyway, a good luxury to bring with you is a hammock. Hammock is not super huge in your pack, but man, especially after like a long day of riding, you just start shedding your gear, take 2 minutes to hang up a hammock and you can just lay down. And the best place to nap on earth, in my opinion, is in a hammock in the woods. So it's worth throwing one of these in your pack if you have the option. It's the best place to hang out in camp. Pun intended. Number 9, yeah, we're just rolling through these. The number 9 luxury that I think is worth the space in your pack is some kind of camp shoes. Why camp shoes? Well, 1, getting out of your boots at the end of the day is such a relief. And 2, you need to switch your shoes. You can't wear the same things all the time because 1, you'll never give your feet a chance to dry out, and 2, you'll just build up blisters from wearing the exact same boots, rubbing in the exact same place the whole time on a multi-day trip. And 3, you can bring more comfortable options. It's just more comfortable around camp. So in the summertime, I like to carry like a sandal. So this is comfortable to wear around camp. It's pretty versatile. And if I decide to go wading in the river or swimming or something, I have a shoe that I can do that in without walking on the bottom of my bare feet. In the wintertime, we have some Big Agnes booties. They're basically like a puffy jacket for your feet. And man, that is nice to have as you're outside camping in the cold weather. But even just like a pair of old sneakers or something is great to just give your feet a rest. Let them air out a little bit, get your socks a chance to unstick from your feet. Extra pair of camp shoes, worth the space in your pack in my opinion. And the number 10 luxury that I think is worth the space in your pack is barely a luxury, and that's wet wipes. These things have 1,000 uses. If you ever have to dig a hole and do your business in the woods, it sure is nice to know that you can clean up pretty well with a wet wipe or 2 while you're out there. Just make sure you pack them out. You can use these to wash off your hands before you're eating. You can just wash your face off in the morning, particularly like I used to do it all the time because I wore contacts, right? Nice to get the dirt and grime off of my hands before I start sticking my fingers in my eye. You can use these to take a spit bath. So if you've been in the woods for 3 days, haven't had a chance to take a shower, you can strip down and just clean up just about everything you have with one of these. Ask me how I know. Obviously, it's very small and compact, and you'll be glad you have them in your pack. So I like the wilderness wipes, but there's 1,000 versions out there. Obviously, I'll link most of the stuff we have in the description so you can check it out. And the number 11 luxury that is worth the space in your pack is to help you sleep, particularly in the summer when it's light out really late and the sun comes up like at 4:30 in the morning, and that is a sleep mask. I like this one because it looks like a bra for my face. Any old sleep mask will do. You can get these on Amazon super duper cheap, and it's just nice to be able to keep it dark because I have woken up after 5 hours of sleep countless times because the sun comes up, and in a tent, there's not really a lot you can do about it. You know what else works as a really good sleep mask? A neck gaiter. Check this out. Whoop. Believe it or not, this helps. It's definitely darker than it would be without it. Neck gaiters are amazing. There's nothing they can't do. They keep the bugs off you. They make a good stocking cap or beanie if you need to keep your head warm, and they even work as a sleep mask. Obviously, if you know me at all, you knew a neck gaiter was gonna make its way onto this list, but that's it. Some kind of sleep mask is the number 11 item, I think, that is a luxury that is worth the space in your pack while you're motorcycle camping. Many of you have tons of experience, more than me, sleeping in the woods and camping off of your motorcycle, so let me know, what luxuries do you think are worth the space in your pack because they elevate your moto camping experience or make it much more comfortable without requiring you to carry a lot of extra gear or give up space. Let us know in the comments what luxuries you'd recommend. I will put a link to everything I've mentioned in this list in the description below so you can check out some examples. And while you're there, you should just check out the whole site because Motocamp Nerd is your one-stop shop for all things motorcycle camping and adventure. We have all the gear, luggage, camping stuff, motorcycle riding gear, and a bunch of other surprises that you need so that you can get out and pack small and camp easy.